Good day, everybody. Welcome to Bergen in Norway, where we're going to continue our tour, heading all the way up to the top end of the Norway continent. We are here at the moment. I got Nick joining us on the flight today, and we'll get in and get started up in a second. But it looks like it's going to be an IFR trip. A lot of clouds and a lot of stuff going on at the moment. We are going to be flying a little bit higher than the Simbury flight plan had. It had us at 7,000 feet, but we've got some mountains coming up on the approach into Molde, and I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce that. But we're going to go up to 10,000 feet just to make sure we meet the height restrictions on the star when we come in. As I said, this is going to be an IFR flight plan for most of the route. We're going to try to get up above the clouds as we go. So let's hop into the cockpit while Roger gets everybody seated, and we will take a look at the route that we are going to be flying. Okay, so here is the map. We're over here in Bergen at the moment. We're going to be taking off, flying up along the coast, slightly inland over the fjords, and then landing up here in Molde. We're actually halfway up in our route, our series for the route up Norway. So it's looking good, and everything is coming along very well. So if we come back to Bergen, we're currently sitting down here at the south end of Bergen. We're going to come out, taxi all the way up Yankee. Probably up to about Alpha 4, and then we'll come in on Alpha 4 and do an intersection takeoff. Should have plenty of room after that. We're going off on the old ass to Charlie departure, which is going to take us south to Unput at a maximum of 6,000 feet, at which point we're going to enter the turn, and we'll continue our climb to 10,000, up to Gussick, and then all the way up to Old Ass. From Old Ass, we're going to fly along the coast, heading in a pretty much northeast direction. We're then going to come in on the Timum to Mike arrival, as you can see here. It's a bit bigger than will fit, so we're going to come into Timum. We're going to come along. We got these restrictions: 10,000 feet, 10,000 feet. 7,000 feet, and then 5,000 feet. As you can see, we got some rather high terrain here with like 10,000 foot minimum altitudes, 8,900 foot minimum altitudes. Oh, hi, Kevin. There is? Oh, I'll have to look for that after the flight. I wasn't aware. Oh, also for everybody, I think version 2 of the AirAct came out today, so remember to update your charts. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be flying in and then coming down the descent as per the star. We're then going to be doing the RNAV for runway 25. So from Ypres here, we're going to make the turn into Utilu, and then we're going to fly down the course to the airport. We'll be landing on runway 25, and then we'll get off here, and we're going to come into the small apron here at Molde. And no, I'm not updating at the moment. So that is the planned route. Flight time is approximately an hour and 25 minutes or so. Hello, KMG. How are you doing today? So that is what we are looking at for today's flight. So everyone is now on board. I'm just going to go back while Roger does his walk around and finishes up with everything outside. We're just going to come back here and close the door. There we go. And we'll head back up to the cockpit. Kevin, while you're there in chat, what are they updating on the Twin Otter? Do you have a list? So we'll get ourselves up and fired up here. We'll get rid of the safety lock there. So parking brakes are set. Emergency fuel switches are in the normal position. Fuel selector lever is in normal. Fuel boost pumps are both off. We have the radios that are currently turned off. Cabin lights. Let's come up to the overhead. We're going to turn on the fasten seat belt, the no smoking. We're going to arm the emergency lighting. We're going to turn the heating on to auto. And don't need the reading lights, don't need the entrance lights. Everything else is good at the moment. We'll also put on our position lights. So the beacon light is off. Pitot heat is off. Generator switches are off. Flaps are up. Fuel levers are in the cutoff position. Props are in feather. And the throttles have to be adjusted. That's me thinking everything was done. And they weren't. So just give me a second here while we get that adjusted. And yes, I'm making noise and crashing about. Almost there. Got distracted doing my setup and missed a step, which is fine. Alright, so fuel levers are both back, props are in feather. Make sure those are good. Power levers are all the way back, and we are good there. Ignition switch is normal because the guard is down. We'll get the battery turned on, and the DC master is now turned on. And everything is coming up and looking good. See, our routing is in. Oh, yeah. I mean, I do have the update that came out last time, so you're probably getting the update that fixes some of the flight characteristics and the sounds and stuff, if that's what it is. Alright, so I think we're ready to go. Nick's over, well, I can get my view up. Nick's over there on the other side of the wall there. So, we're going to be starting the right engine. So, right engine boost pump coming online, and start switch to engage. Pressures and everything are starting to come up. There's the oil pressure rising, adding fuel. Alright, again, those sounds still need a little bit of adjusting to get them properly up to speed, but we've got fuel flow, pressures and temperatures are looking good. We come over to the left engine, so we'll put the booster on and left engine start. There she is, starting to crank over. We'll add the fuel. Again, there's no startup side outside until you add the fuel, which is better than it was, but still not where it should be. And these are supposed to be in feather, so I don't know why they're spinning the way they're spinning at the moment. So if we do that, yeah, there we go. Now they're in feather. Better. Right now we're just warming the engines up because we are up here in the far north. We're going to set our initial altitude of 6,000 feet, and let's get the barrow set. 200 foot is correct. I'll just get the weather update. So the weather's been changing. We were IFR for a while with the cloud having come in, but she seems to have cleared up slightly. So as you can see, winds are 130 at 6 knots. We have a few clouds at 400 feet, scattered at 800 feet. It's 3 degrees out currently. QNH of 1026, it is set. No significant changes coming up, but we do have a little bit of a stronger wind at 1200 feet, so that's fine. So after start changes, we're in idle, generators will come on. Instruments are within limits, we've been checking that. Radios are online. We'll get the rest of the lights off. Anti-collision lights are on. Generators are both on. Pitot heat is on. Get our taxi light on now. Strobes are off, that's fine. De-icing will remain off at the moment until we take off. And we will come down and turn on the windshield heat. Alright, I think we are pretty well good to go. So taxi light is on. We can put the propellers into low. And we're going to come around. We're going to make a right-hand loop around and come out to the taxiway. The parking brake's off. Well, I expected him to move, but not walk into the propeller. You see the heavy dark cloud in the area here. Here's Yankee, and we're going to follow this up to Alpha 4. So the channel's currently at 349 subscribers. As I said over the last few streams, when we hit 350, we will be doing a special flight to kind of celebrate that. It's all laid out and prepared. So more information for that will be posted on the Discord when it happens. But it will take place on a Saturday, as it is going to be a rather long flight. So, hello Wayne. How are you doing on this fine Saturday? And the airplane's wallowing a little bit here as we taxi. Where we came in and parked last time was actually the helicopter parking. I was doing a little bit of research here into Bergen Airport, and they have a lot of the choppers that go out to the North Sea oil rigs that fly out of here. This airport, by the way, and Molde that we're heading into are both from flightsim.to. So thanks to the modders who created them that really added something here. We're just starting off, Wayne. So we're just getting ourselves down to the runway for takeoff. So not quite too late. You can always catch up with us. There's Alpha 5. We're going up to Alpha 4, the next one. And there's all the helicopter parking would be off to our right. Fairly long runway. It's almost 10,000 feet, so we do not need the whole thing. Alpha 4. We'll tune in, turn in, and hold. And get ourselves ready to go. Yep, stream just started, our regular time, 1300 Zulu on Saturdays. Do come and join us. Alright, so we are here. We'll do our before takeoff checks. So fuel quantity is checked. Fuel pumps are both on. Takeoff trim is set. Flight instruments are checked. Everything is looking good. Radios are set. We will dial in no, actually we won't dial. Let me get the VOR for Molde. I'm sure they have one. Actually, no, they don't. It's all RNAVs and ILSs, so there's no VOR there. Okay then. That'll make it interesting. So propellers are coming fully forward now. Auto feather is armed. Flaps set for 10 degrees. Engine instruments are checked. Pitot heat is on. Anti-ice is not required. Flight controls are good. Full back, full forward, full left rudder, right rudder, left aileron, right aileron. Flight controls are good. Transponder is on out. We have 6,000 feet set for the autopilot. All the caution lights and everything are on, and runway and heading is checked. Alright, so brakes are released. We'll move out, take up position, and we will get ready to go. Your choice, Kevin. Your choice. All right. So looks like we're heading off into the clouds. So there's Nick. So what I'm going to do quickly is put the landing lights on, make sure they're good to go. I'm going to come up here, I'm going to put the de-icing to auto. Just make sure it's on when we get there, and I'm going to turn on the prop and intake anti-ice to on, because we're going to be heading into the clouds, and we are good to go. Torque pressure coming up to 45 inches. Takeoff power is set. There's 60 knots, 70 knots, easing in, and we're off. So we're going over to GPS mode. Autopilot on. We're going to go nav, and we're going to go to 1,600 feet per minute, which is our climb setting. And now that we're up, we'll bring the props back to 90%. And we'll keep 45 on the engines. And we're climbing out. So our climb checks. Flaps will come up, auto feather will come off. Climb power set. Landing lights now coming off. Taxi light coming off. And we'll make sure our strobe light and fans are on, which they now are. We're into the clouds. Again, we're flying in Norway in winter, so not unexpected. Let's go to our clock. And we'll start the timer. So if you're interested in flying any of the Channel livery aircraft, the Caribou Airways, all it takes is to be a monthly supporter of the channel. So if you go into the donation page with the Streamlabs donation, there's an option for a monthly donation, no minimum. And once you do that, you will have access to the Captain's Lounge on the Discord and some advance notice of what's coming up, along with access to the aircraft liveries. We have the Dark Fury A320, which we're now seeing on the America's North to South stream. And we've recently had Kevin help the channel with 2 DC-6 liveries, one for passenger and one for cargo. It's 5,000 feet to go. So it's all looking really good for us moving along there. I do have a route that's about 90% done for the DC-6 cargo variant, which we will be doing after the Pan Am tour. So we'll keep the DC-6 flying. Fun airplane to fly. So now that we're leveling out at 6,000 feet, which we've got to maintain to unput, we're going to bring the engine power back to 40 inches, like there, and we'll bring the props back into cruise setting. There we are. So we've got to maintain the 6,000 feet to unput, and then we will continue our climb up to 10,000 feet, which should put us nicely above these clouds. We are sort of into cruise mode. Tune in the local radio station. There's the turn. So we'll set 10,000 feet. We'll go into 1,000-foot climb for this section. We're going to bring the props back up to 90% to give us a better climb performance. A Reliant Robin? Yeah, why not? What I am going to do is a quick check because I think I've got my traffic. Yeah, I'll put the name tags back on. There we go. I was doing a couple photos the other day and I had it turned off. Oh, there's Kevin in a Spitfire down on the apron. So I'm starting to see things about World Update 8 coming out. Does anyone know where that's going to be? What part of the world? North Europe, Wayne. North Europe. So we're coming up to BR 521. That's going to be our next turn. Oh, they're doing Spain? Okay. Ha. Catford Sewage Works? Yeah. If anywhere needs an update, it's that place. So we're now heading northwards. 1,000 feet to go. And this has put us above transition altitude, so we will make sure we get that dialed in. We get back down to standard pressure.
Everybody's looking for a change right now, dreaming of being able to pay for upgrades or renovations without taking on that financial burden. Just think about it. We renovated 3 years ago, but it still feels like there's a million things I'd like to do today. A FlexiLine by Capital Direct allows you to manage your resources more effectively. Whether you can use 50,000, 1.5 million, or even 3 million, that cash.
So hopefully we'll get some breaks in the clouds. We'll be able to see the fjords. Live weather, live time. This is what it's like. So it looks like we've got up to altitude, so we're going to bring the props back into cruise power setting again. alongside the airport now. Looks like Kevin's up. See him down there. Not much to see at the other side. Out that way is the North Sea. There are a lot of oil rigs out there. Can't quite see them from here. It's 76% on the, let me just go in here. Oh, there's Wayne. Wayne's flying a Messerschmitt? What? That's unheard of. It's 76% on the percentage prop RPM. It just so happens when I pull my props right back to the stop, that's 76%, while up at cruise power setting at 40 inches. So it works out. I just come back to the stops and you hear them click. So even if that's not the case for your setup, you should hear the click when you get back there. You can see they're almost all the way back. So there are detent, audible detents you'll hear to let you know you're there. Like I said, it's coincident. It might not be coincidence, but for me, when I come back to my physical stops on my Quadrant, I'm in cruise power, so it all works out. See a little bit of the coast here, rocky islands, and then the frozen waters, the North Sea waters. So we just made a turn towards Old Das. It's about 48 miles away, the end of our departure. Okay, so it must be full prop back is cruise power. Or cruise prop setting. Seems a bit extreme, but maybe it's that way in the real airplane as well. Consider your pretty fine pitch. Or coarse pitch. Full prop back, but it's not like it's a super fast airplane. Oh God, there we go. Alright, this is a little confusing for me. I've got Wayne flying the Irish. Oh no. Yeah, Kevin's flying his Irish Spitfire, and I got Wayne flying the 109, so it's a little strange. And that was a little noisy. We got a Be a nice view if we had a view. So I did a test earlier, well, it was last night, and for whatever reason, the zero fuel weight adjusted properly when I loaded the A320, so that was good. But as you might have seen on Gavin's Discord, I had a question about why my V speeds were all identical. And according to HD, that was correct. So I guess I'll just take those settings and input them manually next time, and it'll give us a better performance on the takeoffs, which is good because we'll be flying that airplane weekly again as we do the Americas tour. We're also going to be flying the A320 for the special 350 subscriber flight, whenever that comes up. Be nice if we could do it next weekend. And then for tomorrow's flight, the Pan Am flight, we're leaving India, heading down to Bangkok. That should be a nice, it's a night flight. We're flying overnight. Good news is once we get to the next airport after that, we have a rest layover. I think it's a crew change and an aircraft service, so we come in the morning, not in Bangkok, but the next airport, which is Hong Kong, and then we've got the rest of the day to relax and enjoy the sights of Hong Kong. Bit bumpy here. No, we're gonna go, I think, just for, because Kitech isn't there in the default sim. I don't want anybody who doesn't want to use a who doesn't want to use a mod to not be able to land in Hong Kong. So we're actually going to go into the modern airport.
PC Optimum hacks are some of my favorite messages. Here's another great one.
I went to Shoppers Drug Mart today for essentials and indulged in beauty products and got 20 times.
It would have been
the points
Kai
when I
Tech,
offers in the app. That's 30% back.
originally, yeah.
So smart to turn things you need into things you want. From lipstick and mascara to piling up the points. That's how we make things better. Open your PC Optimum app and load your offers.
The 20 times
I'm not
points
sure.
offer runs March 4th to March 6th, exclusive to Shoppers Drug
Let
Mart.
me, take a
Restrictions
look.
apply. Details in store.
Not even sure what the old airport code would have been. It's got the same code as the current airport. Actually, they moved the code over, so it's kind of hard to track down. I just did a search on flightsim.to, and there's no scenery for it. It might have got removed with them going through and updating everything for the currency. BHHX? Let me check under that. Huh. Oh, there's Kevin showing off to get on the stream. There is a... Okay, I found there is an up-to-date Kai Tech there. I will take a look at it, and we'll see. So we should be okay, because the author is saying that there's issues with the AI and issues with the SIDS and stars, which we don't use, and the AI will be off, so... Okay, so I'll take a look, and Kai Tech was VHHH, but the problem is when they built the new airport, they reassigned that code to the new airport. So it's actually the same code, but a different airport. So I think for the simmers are using VHHX to differentiate it. But yeah, I'll take a look at it this afternoon and see how it looks. We've got a week anyway. I mean, it's not tomorrow's flight. No, I don't have the Mustang. No. Are you talking about the Asobo Mustang that came out for the air racing mod? No. Do not have that one. And I didn't pick up the, was it Flying Iron came out with one? No. If somebody does a freeware, I might do that just for model matching. But, other than that, no. Hey, Short Kitty. How are you doing today? Thanks for dropping by. Question for you. What's Willie's route on Thursday? Do you know where he's flying to? Not doing too bad. It's early morning for me, so I am off to a great start, flying over Norway, enjoying the cloudy weather. Oh, I guess I'm gonna have to do a practice in the Hawk. It's been a while since I've flown it. I took it down the Mach. I know I've flown it in Wales. I just can't remember if I did the actual Mach loop in it. Actually, Shark Kitty Wayne has shocked me today. He's flying a Messerschmitt. So I don't know exactly how to feel about that. Well, it's usually Kevin in the Messerschmitt and Wayne in the Spitfire. They've changed it up today and kind of bringing in a little bit of confusion. got 124 miles to go. We're just coming up towards the end of the departure, actually, out of Bergen on our routing. And then we're going to have our en route leg. And then we will head down on the arrival for Molde. Yeah, pretty much. Well, I'm gonna go put the kettle on, so I'll leave you with the light jazz music coming through the radio, and I'll be back in a couple of minutes.
quadrant.ca to get started. Some conditions apply.
Laser license 12616.
Try PC Express Online Grocery. Answer, fast and convenient. We got a message about PC Express being the ultimate time saver.
Hey PC, since I switched to ordering my groceries through PC Express, I get my life back. I have a toddler, so I do a lot of running around. It's just one quick pickup.
Thanks. Sounds like you have your hands full. From over 130,000 available products online to same-day pickup or delivery, PC Express is just one of the ways we make things better. Start your order at pcexpress.ca.
Alright, so we're on the Star. You can see the hills down below. That's why we came up to 10,000 feet rather than the 6,000 or 7,000 that was put in by SimBrief. We got to clear these hills, mountains actually. See down into the fjords here. We got a little bit to go before we can start descending. Like our minimum safe altitudes for the next little bit is 8,000 feet, so we're good at 10,000 here. Wayne, that's your hot chocolate, not your not a bomb. Okay, must have a pretty good straw. So I put the weather in to the chat. As you can see, winds are 230 at 15, hence why we're landing on runway 25. A few clouds at 1500, scattered at 2500 with some towering cumulus, broken at 4000, currently 4 degrees and QNH 1023. So we're going to have a good wind, and the way we're landing, the wind's going to be funneled up between the hills, so it shouldn't be too bad. And it should remain pretty well, a slight crosswind, but not too bad. So we're on our way to Arnon waypoint. We got to be above 10,000 feet for that. We've got a few other fairly high hills to cover. Once we get over those, though, we're going to descend to 7,000, and then after ML 620, we're going to descend to 5,000 for Erper. And that's the entry point into the approach for the RNAV. So everything is going good. Our fuel is good. Engine RPMs, temperatures, and pressures are all where they should be. And fuel burn is good as well. And we can see we're going to come up and then make the left turn around and then come into the airport. So that is all looking good there on the GPS. See, we've got about 24 minutes to go and we will be on the ground. It's getting a little bumpy here. Of course, the hills are higher up, so the mechanical turbulence of the wind is playing a bit more of an effect here. Been having a nice show out the window, not only the clouds and the fjords, but Kevin and Wayne in their Spitfire and 109 respectively. See, we're definitely bouncing around here. Seatbelt signs are on. I've also got the anti-ice still on because we're in and out of the clouds. But as I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, this is the halfway point on our Norway tour. As we left out of southern Copenhagen, or southern Denmark, flew up to Copenhagen, then over to Gothenburg, Sweden, and then into the bottom end of Norway. Now we're heading up along the coast. Oh, see a Spitfire off to my left there. Wonder if that means I got a 109 off to my right. Well, he's back there playing tag with Nick. But as I say in aviation, it's always a beautiful day above the clouds. I will get over here one day to visit Norway and see all this for real. From the photos I've seen, it's absolutely fantastic, so looking forward to that, definitely. Like Wayne traded in his Spitfire for a F-35. Interesting. Still haven't got that mod. And no changes in the weather yet. So we're good there. We're just about to come up to Ireland. We're about just under 2 miles out. And we'll just have to watch our position. Once we clear the higher crest, which is kind of under the clouds here, we'll be descending to 7,000 feet. See, while I'm here, let's so I take it the F-35 is the payware one you're flying, Wayne? From India Fox Techo, is it? India Fox Echo? Payware. Interesting. Alright. I'll have to look into that. Alright, we're over the last fjord before our descent, but we do have the mountains ahead of us, so we're just watching our positioning on the map before we head downwards. We've got a 9,000 foot ridge coming up, so we're going to be passing just over top of it. Oh, it was a rum buy, was it? I see. Not sure why that message didn't appear in my running chat. I see it on the screen in the stream, but weird. You can see part of the ridge there. There's another part coming up after, and then once we get over this stuff, we'll be able to head downwards. Unfortunately, that's going to put us into the clouds, I think. But that's why we're flying on an IFR flight plan. Kevin, is it always the same aircraft that you're flying, or the same area, the same airports? Like, is there any commonality? Or is it, like, as far as you can determine, just completely random? Oh, Wayne's now in a Spitfire. Secret Wayne technology he has to be able to switch aircraft like that. About 20 miles to go, but that is direct to the airport, which is off kind of this direction, 20 miles away, but we're kind of angling up and then around, so we're not going to see it. We can see some of the waters coming up, which is good because it's kind of where we're headed. We're almost over the ridge, so I'm going to dial in 7,000 feet. There we go. There's a ship stuck in the ice down there. Yeah, I usually, once I get an add-on airport, I'll usually load up the sim and then go into the airport just to take a look around and see how good it is. Not sure if that's an option for you. Alright, so we're over the ridge line, so what we're going to do is we're going to head downwards. At 1,000 feet per minute. we're going to pull the power back to 30 inches of torque pressure on the engines. That'll keep us about the 140 mark. Looks like a cruise ship down there. Didn't make it out in time for the freeze. Hope they've got enough food to last until April or so. I'm also going to set the local pressure. 1023, just because transition altitude is 7,000, so we're going to be coming up to that. There we go, 1023. So we have to be above 7,000, which is not going to be an issue, and then we have to be above 5,000 at Ypres, but we're going to go down to 5,000 directly. So we got 4,000 feet to descend. So the airport is up over here. So we're actually going to come up this way around this landmass here, and then we're going to come up around another island and down the channel on the other side. I think we're going to set 7,000. Going to go to about 1,300 on the descent just to get us down. Make sure we're down in time. There's the Spitty. I'll also put a link into Kai-Tak for next week's Pan Am flight, so everyone can grab it and take a look at it. Hopefully the weather's good and we can do a nice visual approach with it. Not sure which runway's the checkerboard approach. I'll have to check that. I think it's runway 13. It's 2,000 feet to go. Now tune in 5,000 feet. And we will get our descent rate going again. Since we were leveling out there. Some of the terrain. The airport's off in that direction. It's 1,000 to go. And we'll turn off the radio. Come in. So we're going to hold 5,000 feet until we get to Abdem, and then we're going to descend down to 4,000 feet. which should give us our approach, and then it's a 3.5 degree descent angle down to the runway. Well, we should be able to see it. There's 5,000 feet. Bring the power back up to 40 inches. And basically when we come over the hill here, to this point here, we're going to make a turn and then come into the slot down here on the lower ground. Which I believe is on the other side of this island. Definitely down around the hills. Let's keep an eye here on the instruments. Yeah, I think we cut across and then come down the other side of the ridge line here. We're well below the speed limit for this area, and yeah, definitely got some clouds coming up. Just watching our radar altimeter here, about 1,800 feet to the ground. See it moving around as we pass over the ridge lines. Alright, so as we come in, we're going to throw on the landing lights. We will throw on our taxi light. Everything else is up and running. The ice is still running. And all the heaters and defrosters are on. Final weather check. So barometer staying the same, 1023, but we've got some, looks like some light combination snow and rain showers with a few cloud at 1,300 scattered. Cumulus buildup at 2,500, broken up 4,000, which we're seeing right here, and it's still 4 degrees. Alright, so we've made the turn now. We're currently over the water. Obviously we can't see anything. A little break there, but we should be making a left turn again on the other side of this. Well, we can see the edge of it. Keep an eye on the instrumentation. And we'll be dropping down to 4,000 feet after we make the turn here. A minimum of 3,400. You can see we're just coming across the end of this bit of landmass here. We're in a bit of a saddle. Set checks, fuel quantity is checked, caution lights are set as required, anti-ice is on, altimeters are set, signs are all on, landing lights are on. And again, it will be a right-hand turn off to the ramp. there's the landmass we're passing over. There's the turn. Down to 4,000 feet we go. Bring that power back. Leave the power at 30 inches. As we come down, going to bring the propellers fully forward now. And we should be descending at around 550 feet per minute. And we have an airport elevation of 10 feet. So we'll go 500 feet per minute. So we're bringing the power back. Keep it about 90 on the run down. And we'll go first notch of flaps. It's a fairly decent sized runway, so we'll just use flaps 20 for landing. Flaps 20. And we'll keep it at about 90 knots until we get down closer to the threshold. So we're going to be looking for our breakout here. We have landing flaps 1 notch to go. We'll do that at about 2,000 feet. Maybe slightly high here, so we'll bring that down to there. bring it to 600 feet per minute. Wish there was an easier way to increase that. Oh, we're getting some rain. There's that weather. Not seeing the airport yet. So our minimum approach is going to be 1,350 feet. Oh, there's I think there's the airport there. There it is. So we have the airport in sight, and we're above minimums, so we're good. A 1,000 feet to go on that, which is fine. We do look to be slightly low. About 1,000 feet off the ground. It's going to decrease our descent rate a little bit. Alright, so there's 1,000. We're going to go flaps 30, which is our final approach flaps. Let the speed come down to about 85. Just massaging the power. Five 500 feet will take over. Quite the view at the side there. We're looking good. Slightly low, but I've flattened out the descent rate, so we should be able to capture the thing. So there's 600 feet. Aircraft is mine. Center ourselves up. Hold that level for a minute. There we go. We're starting to come in on the lights. Nose down slightly now. Bring the power back. Maintain 80 knots for the final approach. It's supposed to be a URL, but I don't know what it does. 500, I'm a little too much in my hands to delete it, but that's fine. My hands are full. So there we are, we're on the path, 80 knots. Slightly high. Back on glide. Again, this is an RNAV approach, but we're doing it manual for the final bit. Landing. Alright, so it's slightly low, but it's not an issue. Again, we're visual approach, 100 feet. 50.
40.
Eyes to the horizon.
30. 20. 10.
And we're down. No need for reverse. Oh, look what's sitting here at the terminal for us. That's nice, Kevin. Alright, we'll get up here so we can get out of Nick's way. We're going to come off at the first taxiway, which is Echo. And we'll park beside the DC-6. Yeah, Nick got it. Here we are. Props can come fully back. Look at the landing lights off. Taxi light will come off. Flaps fully up. Anti-ice will come off. We'll turn off the heaters there. That's all done. Pitot heat can come off. Transponder will go to standby. Let's just do that. Anti-collision light will come off. And we can shut down, so parking brakes are set. Power levers are fully back. Propellers will go to idle or back into feather. Generators are off. Shut down the fuel. There's Nick coming in. So kill the fuel pumps. Get the rest of the light switches. Turn that off. The bleeds are off. That's all off. You're off. Disarm that. These can come off. Turn off the heater. Disconnect the battery and the DC master. I'll come to the back and open up to let everybody out. There we go. So here we are in Molde. We've made it through the weather. Well, weather wasn't bad, just kind of cloudy there that we were in and out of. And it was a very good flight. So, thanks for joining us. And I think we are still one subscriber away from doing our special celebration flight. If we can hit 350. So if you're watching and you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. Hit the like button, share the videos. You can come over to our Discord, where we have all the information on all the flights we do. All of them are community flights. You can join. They're either multiplayer, such as this one, or they're on VATSIM. And you're more than welcome to join in. The information is posted there. Feel free to get it. I will throw the link once again into the Discord once it comes up, so that the physical link is visible. And there it is in the Twitch chat. So again, you're more than welcome to come in and join us on any of these streams. Discord's got a lot of good information, some helpful stuff on the sims and the various aircraft that we fly. If you need help getting them going, need help with VATSIM or anything else such as that, some pretty knowledgeable people there. And we fly around the world, different places around the world, along with different types of aircraft, from general aviation to small regional flight like this to the big airliners. We have all sorts of stuff, and we visit the world. Brian, you're very welcome, and I hope you're feeling better soon. So for everybody else, as Nick comes in, let me just get a better view I can play with here. There we go. Of course, Wayne's tucked in behind the DC-6 there in his Spitfire from Norway. Wish you all the best this weekend, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow on our DC-6 flight as we continue our Pan Am around the world itinerary. We will be flying from Calcutta in India over to Bangkok in Thailand. We'll see you then, and have a good day. Bye for now.